I still cry when I hear the stories of 3-year-old girls and 5-year-old boys being killed by their parents. Watching lying murderers on television begging for the safe return of the child they just watched die. Listen to them scream and cry, beg for their life and wonder why mommy is watching daddy or stepdaddy or boyfriend kick her in the stomach, beat her in the head, and just before she takes her last breath, mommy says, I'm sorry. I tried. I still cry when I see teenagers with cuts and scars from self-mutilating because they don't know any other way to get rid of the pain, sitting quietly behind closed doors, winching in pain as they cut around the veins, not trying to eradicate their own lives, just wanting to know they're still alive, manifesting the pain on the outside because they can no longer feel on the inside. I still cry when I hear of a child who was raped, only to get pregnant and not know. Then she has to endure the shame of labor in a bathroom stall, not knowing what to do. So she watches as her child struggles to breathe and as her baby takes his last breath. The only thing she can think of is how she's going to hide the body, clean herself up, and pretend like this never happened. So she won't shame her parents. I still cry when I read the stories of a baby stillborn to parents who thought they would never have a child. Everything is going well, and then there's no heartbeat, no movement, but the baby still has to be born. The mother holding the lifeless baby, looking at 10 perfect fingers and 10 perfect toes, a perfect little face and perfect nose, knowing that she will leave the hospital tomorrow and not even be recognized as a mother by the law. I still cry when I think of the man and the woman I held in my arms and tried to keep alive until the paramedics came. Both victims of senseless violence, and I never even knew their names before I was holding them in my arms and trying to keep them alive. Hoping and praying that I was doing all that I could to help them. Then, going to the funerals and watching their mothers take the longest walk they ever had to take to see their child one last time before they close the casket. I still cry when I think of how this country leaves families and veterans and disabled people in the cold, homeless, nowhere to go, begging for change just to have a meal today, living in abandoned buildings, being looked at as if it were their choice they live this way, and day after day, hoping and praying that someone will notice them and try to help. They're dying more and more each day until it's over and the names are not even known when the news reports, homeless person found dead and out. No foul play suspected. I still cry. Or at least I try not to lose my compassion, my concern, my love, or myself in the present time, where our children sit and watch the news and see dead bodies lying on the ground. CSI, FBI files, cold case, the first 24 hours, laying it all out to sea. Someone's child shot multiple times and they show their corpse on the same TV where my children sit and watch cartoons of people being shot and the bodies lying on the ground for all to see. Desensitization instead of realization, and now they only bodies, no longer people, no longer mothers and sons, sisters and brothers, fathers and uncles. They are now just a good shot for good news, for good TV, for good ratings. I still cry